Today's movie is a special request from Patreon supporter China Moore, who asked me to review the movie Daughters of Satan. And I gotta hand it to you, China, because the only thing better than learning about a weird, low-budget horror movie for the first time is learning about one that also stars a future famous actor. Think Jennifer Aniston in Leprechaun, Leonardo DiCaprio in Critters 3, Tom Hanks in He Knows You're Alone. You get the idea. So just who went on to greater fame after this movie? Well, I don't know if I want to spoil that just yet. Daughters of Satan is a 1972 Filipino-American horror movie, and, yeah, I think that's about all the background info we need. I mean, I don't know what else I need to say to set it up. It played on a double bill with a movie called Super Beast. I never heard of that movie either, but I'm sure I'll probably get to it too someday. United Artists, united in bringing you obscure foreign exploitation cinema. And if you think I'm kidding, the movie literally begins with nudity and torture. Well, at least the filmmakers knew what audience they were going for.
You will repeat the 9 names of the principal powers of darkness.
Damn, sorority hazing rituals were intense in the 70s. I'm not sure who this lady is, but she kinda looks like a female version of the Master from Manos: The Hands of Fate. I would say that's a bad sign, but things actually seem to be happening in this movie, so I don't think we need to worry. Judging by her outfit, I think she might have crabs, or at least lobsters. Alright, you passed the test, you pledged your soul to Satan, and got the audience's attention. Daughters of Satan, starring Tom Selleck. Oh, and if you think I'm just making a joke because that guy has a mustache, nope, that's really Tom Selleck. Yeah, and you thought Myra Breckenridge was the only skeleton he had in his closet. And he just had a small role in that movie. He's the star here. Oh, not only is Magnum P.I. in this movie, but so is Higgins. I know I already referenced Manos, but weirdly enough, this movie's kinda beginning the same. Except they actually remembered the opening credits this time. Treasures of the Orient, offering all the tacky shit you could get at home, but more Asian-y. Tom plays museum curator James Robertson, who's in Manila looking for rare artwork, although I think Filipino Jerry Only here might be a little shady. Holy shit, Tom Selleck, I gotta get an autograph! Anyway, what have you got for sale?
You wrote me that you thought you have what might be one of the Van Alst Burgos tapestries.
Yes, a fragment.
It's one of the Redemption of Man series. The knots are the same as those used in Brussels in the 16th century.
Well, joke's on you, it was actually made in a sweatshop yesterday. James does, however, notice a painting of some witches being burned, one of which looks just like his wife, Chris.
I'll take it. How much is it?
$200.
It's for me. I wouldn't think of buying that for a museum, even as an example of bad Spanish colonial art.
Well, since you just insulted my merchandise, $300, asshole. Hey honey, I bought you a painting. Look, it's you being burned at the stake. You like it?
Why would you bring a psycho thing like that home? It's even badly painted.
Look, the movie was low budget, okay? Cut the painter some slack. Despite magically knowing the historical event the painting is depicting and when it happened, Chris doesn't seem too impressed with her likeness.
Don't you see something, Chris? I mean, can't you see a resemblance? It's the face, darling. It's your face.
So we've all got lookalikes.
Yeah, Tom Selleck's hoping people think the guy in this movie's a lookalike and not actually him. I think I know why Chris is so upset by the painting. Judging by her necklace, she's clearly Jewish. And there's something else weird about it. Oh shit, you mean the painting comes with personalized messages? That guy at the shop should have charged more. Tom Selleck may not be a P.I. in this movie, but he did remember to bring a Magnum. And don't worry about the ghost, sweetie. It's nothing a little mustache ride won't fix. Okay, Chris, bit of advice. No matter how long you stare at that thing, you're not gonna see a 3D image, okay? Also, why the hell did she make her grandma's quilt into a dress? I think Chris just might be bored. Maybe getting a dog will help.
Nicodemus. 666 Calle Revelacion. How did I know your name?
You just read it off his collar. But there's something funny about this pooch. Ghost dog! James also notices that the dog from the painting has now disappeared, and it's a good thing he did, because before he pointed that out, I didn't even notice there was a dog in the painting. Later, a woman comes by to apply for a job as a housekeeper, and because they're actually in the Philippines, that means having her be Filipina isn't a stereotype. She also looks like one of the witches from the painting. Too bad that's not the only strange thing about her.
You must do what it is your destiny to do, and I'm here to help. To keep you to that purpose, I brought you something to remind you of that purpose.
Yeah, I think we'll go with an applicant who doesn't bring a ceremonial dagger, thanks. Ah, geez, sweetie, did you make the curtains into a dress now? Why don't you just let me take you shopping? I guess Chris adopted the ghost dog we saw earlier, although James doesn't seem too happy about it. There's only room for one hairy alpha male in this movie. I think I know why stuff keeps disappearing from the painting. Clearly somewhere in his adventures, Marty McFly made a trip to the Philippines. And in case the goings-on in this movie haven't seemed very Satan-y to you so far, violating bylaws about backyard fire pits. Truly the work of the devil. But never mind the ghosts roasting weenies in your backyard, the real thing you need to watch out for is random criminals.
Who am I?
I don't know.
That's good. Because it's a matter of death and life. I would shoot you, but it is dangerous.
Wait a second, you mean shooting people is dangerous? Shit, I didn't know that. And I guess these guys just wanted to scare James since they immediately let him go. Well, at least he seems to be taking it well.
What's wrong?
I just feel so down. Help me, Jim.
Help you? He's the one who just had a gun in his face. All you did was adopt a dog and hire a cleaning lady. Meanwhile, on the set of a 1970s dark web site, I'm not sure why James brought the dog collar here, but if he's looking for the bestiality site, it's being broadcast next door, okay? Despite getting directions to the address printed on the collar of the dog Chris adopted, I think this place might not be on the up and up. Holy shit, the movie got Tom Selleck's birth year wrong! Turns out the address leads to the antique shop he bought the painting at earlier, and how in the hell did he not notice the address is 666? Great, not only is the owner dead, but the customer service here sucks. James kept the receipt for nothing. You know, I always got to admire the extras in exploitation movies shot overseas, because not only was this guy probably not paid very well, but he also easily could have been run over here. And I think Tom Selleck's stunt double just did get run over. Fortunately, James manages to escape when he hitches a ride with some people who probably didn't know they were being filmed. James also tells his psychiatrist about what happened, although considering he witnessed a murder, he should probably go to the police first. Well, at least James can rest easy knowing his wife isn't the only one with horrible outfits in this movie. And isn't that the lady from the beginning?
Just step in here and I'll be with you for a while.
But I don't want to take part in a conspiracy to murder.
No one can force you to crime, unless that's what you want.
So, see you next Tuesday then, Doc? In addition to being a weekend dominatrix, it turns out this woman's also the third witch from the painting. But forget about that, it's picnic time. The best thing about living in the Philippines? It's always short shorts weather. I think Chris might be trying to kill James. She packed that ceremonial dagger instead of the turkey sandwiches. She's also counting on James's mustache obscuring his peripheral vision. But wait a minute, she can't kill him now. They haven't had the macaroni salad yet. Looks like their housekeeper will have to show Chris another way to get rid of James. My God, she's giving him Alka-Seltzer even though he doesn't have heartburn. The Fiend! Yeah, inhale all the wacky smoke you want to, Tom. You're still not gonna forget being in this movie. Lucky for him, Chris's plan gets foiled because she didn't count on windows being a thing. Oh, honey, I'm so glad you're alive. I totally didn't try to kill you just now. Hopefully the psychiatrist can tell James what's going on, and failing that, he should be able to get him a good deal on a used Cadillac.
I think there are some people, for some reason I don't know, who are trying to hex you. They're going to have to do away with you.
Now the hex is gonna work for a little while. You'll have to do some more B-movies, a few TV guest appearances, but once you get the lead on Magnum P.I., it's gonna be smooth sailing. The psychiatrist explains that the witch from the painting is being reincarnated through Chris, or something like that. And when they disappear from the painting, that means they're out doing witchy stuff. I'll give the doc this, his intuition is a lot more keen than his fashion sense. Also, it appears the painting contains a much more interesting exploitation movie than this one. Fortunately for the doc, it has a weakness for yard sale knickknacks. While Tom Selleck's busy giving the ladies in the audience some hairy fan service, he notices the witches have disappeared from the painting, although I can't tell if they're up to no good or just having a slumber party. Fun fact, when they play light as a feather, stiff as a board, it actually works. And also that just happened. Jeez, these two were so racked with grief they didn't even bother to dress themselves properly.
Isn't it sad? He's dead.
By the way, you didn't happen to overhear me talking about taking part in a murder the other day, did you? 'Cause I totally didn't kill him. So, why did she bring James here?
I was married for 11 years. To what they call a good man. 11 years, and you know he never once touched my breasts.
Well, maybe he was just allergic to shellfish.
Well, you are not going to lay me. You're not going to touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Okay, well how about a 6-inch pole? Hang on, she has a painting of the same witch burning. That means she's involved with the witches. Oh, wait a second, we already knew that. But this painting has a little something extra.
God, it looks just like me.
Sure, in that he also has a mustache. And damn it, lady, get it through your head. He's not into you.
Don't you start pawing me. Why is it every man gets near me wants to paw me?
Because they're desperately trying to get away from you? She tells James that his ancestor is the one who burned the witches at the stake, and since then they've taken their revenge on all his male descendants. Although if she's the head witch, I don't really know why she's helping him now. Alright, Chris, you know the rules. As punishment for failing to kill your husband, you have to help us earn the movie's R rating.
You will recite Lucifer's Prayer.
Hey, I know that one. It's on Merciful Fate's second album. Now that Chris has given her loyalty to Satan, they need to set up the next 70s dark web show.
Prove that you are recommitted to our Lord Satan. Deny Christ. Spit on him!
So, is that all it takes to pledge your soul to Satan? You just need to hawk a loogie on an ornament from your grandma's kitchen? I see Chris just turned her wallpaper into a new outfit. All of her previous attempts to kill her husband have failed, so maybe she can try turning him into a raging alcoholic and have him die of liver failure in 20 years. Hey girls, so I just found out you're actually reincarnated witches who are trying to kill me and... crap. I should not have drank that, should I? Now, you may think that they just poisoned him and the movie should be over, right? Nope, he's just knocked out. Poisoning him would be too easy. Now that he's out, they're gonna have the devil impregnate him and make Rosemary's Jr. Alright, actually they drive his car next to a cliff and put a block of ice next to his tires so it'll roll off the cliff when it melts. They need to make sure his death looks like a really, really suspicious accident. Alright, ladies, now that you've just pulled off the perfect crime, time for some celebratory margaritas. And does every character in this movie have to be wearing the ugliest thing they own? Make sure you don't celebrate too early, though. He's probably fine. After this, the girls have no memory of each other or what they did, although they're all weirdly okay with suddenly appearing at a bar together.
I have this horrible feeling. Somewhere I went wrong.
Yes, it was when you agreed to be in this movie. But despite James seemingly being killed, the movie ain't over yet. Wow, you really want to make it to 90 minutes, don't you, movie? Besides, James is actually still alive. Turns out Satan isn't stronger than the mustache.
When I came to, I was way up on some mountain somewhere. The car was going off the road while I got out just in time.
Okay, at least now I have an excuse to use this clip.
They just cheated us! This isn't fair! He didn't get out of the cock-a-doodie car!
Now you may be wondering, if James got out of the car, then why did the spirits of the witches leave the girls after it crashed? Good question, they never answer that. Alright, well, looks like everything worked out okay. Wait a second, 70s exploitation movie, plot about Satanism. I have a feeling there's a twist coming on here. So remember, kids, the moral of the story is, Satan always wins. So, is this movie a worthy addition to the future famous actor in a low-budget horror movie stable? Well, I don't know, maybe I just had high expectations because of the Tom Selleck thing, but for a 70s movie called Daughters of Satan, I was kind of expecting this to be more exploitation-y. I mean, I guess it technically checks off all the trash movie boxes. It's got nudity, torture, Satan stuff. But for a movie that's only 90 minutes long, there's a lot of dead spots. And despite the promising beginning, it never gets as batshit as you hope it will. But at least Tom Selleck can rest easy knowing that even back in the 70s, his mustache was second to none. Take that, Harry Reams. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.